Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing all the YSS R9T shock models, including the top line G Racing shock, and why you should place a YSS shock on your shortlist. But first, who is YSS Suspension? The YSS Suspension company was born in 1983 and is now the largest producer of aftermarket motorcycle shock absorbers in the world. They manufacture over 2 million shocks per year, so they know a thing or two about shocks. This specific shock is a custom build specifically built and spec'd for the BMW R9T and my riding weight and range. I don't necessarily need to make any major adjustments as the spring is already set to my riding weight, as is the preload, compression and rebound characteristics. It's also easy to install as it's 370mm in length, making it a 1-to-1 fit with the stock OEM shock. You can install any R9T specific model straight out of the box and start riding. There's no mandatory sag height adjustments required. There are 3 models which provide different levels and ease of adjustability and naturally price. The TRL comes in at €339, the H1RL $489, and the big mother, the H1WRL at $849. So what do you get for your money from each? As you can see, the TRL provides rebound adjustment via the bottom adjuster and preload adjustment via the castellated nut, just like on the OEM shock post 214 models. But in addition to what the OEM offers, the YSS provides you with adjustable length. Now that, in my opinion, is a quality looking shock with a good bunch of features at a great price. But when compared with your OEM Sachs factory fitted BMW shock, it's money spent which is effectively only changing to a top quality spring specific to your riding weight. Sure, it also has that adjustable length. Although changing the spring will transform your ride, in the long term the shock's lack of a broader adjustability might be limiting. So is it really the one for you? As often is the case, it all depends on how and where you ride. In my opinion, if you want to do the occasional track day or sometimes ride with a pillion, it's going to be a pain to pull out the C-spanner, assuming you have one on you, to adjust the castellated nut while parked up on the side of the road, or even making several adjustments at the track when you are the rider, you're the pit crew, the catering crew, not to mention the data analyst. Wouldn't it be great if you could just turn a knob in seconds and be off roaring down the road? Well, that's exactly what the H1RL provides. But is it worth the extra €150? Before we get into that, if you're enjoying this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to ensure you don't miss out on future R9T videos. Yeah, I know, that's a lot of extra moolah for what is effectively just a knob. But that knob is a hydraulic spring preload adjuster, meaning it's as easy as mate to adjust. That €150 gives you fast and linear adjustability. I don't know about you, but I hate faffing about with my bike on what was supposed to be a fun day out just riding. That extra €150 will pay for itself over the coming years, especially if you ride with a pillion or ride on varying road and track conditions. After saying that, if you like the occasional track day, sometimes you need to faff about with suspension. Sometimes you need to dial in a precise feel that often means needing to adjust compression damping, which the 2 shocks just mentioned don't have. Even when your shock arrives on your doorstep, it will be set to your weight. So as I said, there's no mandatory adjustment required. But still, it's unlikely dialed in precisely for your preferred riding style and comfort preferences. In this case, you may be interested in the H1WRL. To be fair, the H1WRL is potentially a budget-busting purchase, but it has a complete and full adjustability, hence the price. It's an impressive piece of kit with a pedigree of racing wins to its name. It comes with the best features found in the other models, but not to forget to mention, it also has fully and finely adjustable high and low compression controls. Since it provides you with full unrestrained adjustability, you can greatly reduce or eliminate issues like the following: bottom outs 1 up versus 2 up, packing down, pogoing, kicking, feeling either soft, either stiff or loose, harshness, traction issues, and excessive acceleration squatting. Whereas the cheaper models only enable you to address some of these issues, or at best partially address the problems you may feel coming up from the road. Although even the cheapest lower spec TRL model is more adjustable with a better spring specific to your weight than the OEM Sachs shock, I'd suggest, if it's in your bike's budget and to future-proof your purchase, to go with the fully adjustable H1WRL. I mean, you can't bolt on a compression adjuster later on. I actually couldn't afford this shock initially, so I just kept saving until I could, and I'm glad I did. There is nothing I cannot do with this shock. It's a quality, highly adjustable shock and one of the best out there for street and track. And out of interest, those adjusters are 60-click adjusters, so you have a wide range of adjustment and it's super easy to record your exact shock settings. You can have some serious fun trying different combinations while always being able to return to the original setup. It's just a simple case to remember to count the clicks. Whichever brand you decide on, whether it be YSS, Wilbers, Öhlins or Nitron or the like, seriously consider if spending less is worth the loss of full adjustability for you. So do you think a YSS shock is worth adding to your shortlist? If you do think you will buy a fully adjustable shock, then you're going to want to understand preload, rebound and compression damping. And I explain all of that in this video right here.